Hello everyone, Mark and Rushers here, and today I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 1, titled A New Beginning. Now obviously, you can already tell, this is a little different to my Walking Dead reviews, but my original plan was to just cover every episode of Season 11, then where 9, 10 would have been like 1 through 8, just the entire season reviewed. But over time, I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, that just wouldn't work. How about because season 9, 10, 11 are kind of consider be the end point, the considered ending of the show? Yeah. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go with season 9, episode 1. And I thought this episode was an okay episode. I thought the first half was better. Because you just see the group working together as a team there in that museum. And they're dealing with walkers. And it's like not even a problem. Whereas in the second half, things went a little bit dull in my opinion. Yeah. The reason why I think things went dull is that I think just how they treated some characters just wasn't made no sense. Again, like I mentioned in my season 8 finale, I think what they should have done is just let Negan die. I don't think they should have saved him. And I hear he becomes a better character in season 9, season 10, and season 11. Yeah. I'm currently on episode 6 of season 9. So I'm just letting you know. As much as I do like Negan, I think sometimes his character should have just died already. I think the season 8 finale would have been a perfect send-off for his character. Because here's the thing. Some villains in this show can be redeemed. Like I said in my video, I said maybe Pete could be redeemed, maybe the governor could be redeemed. But then there are villains that are clearly not redeemable. And I said, Negan was one of them. Negan's just not redeemable. Shane wasn't really that redeemable. Because if you really compare season 2 Shane to season 5 Rick, they're not the same character. You see what I mean? I think the idea of Negan just being redeemed when there's these other villains who are almost not nowhere near as bad as Negan. It makes the characters feel like, and I get, this was their way of rebuilding society, but that's more explained in the comics. He doesn't, so that, like, Rick doesn't, because in the comics, there's their way to rebuild society, essentially. And what they're going to do is, instead of killing, they're going to instead punish. But it makes a lot more sense in the comics. Here it doesn't. And I think it also makes a little bit more sense, as in the comics, Negan's not as bad as he is in the show. Yeah. So in my opinion, that is another reason why I wasn't a fan of this finale. So, I was premierment. So, Gregory was our villain for this episode, and this is his last episode. Now, I really enjoyed his character. I thought he was a good character. I always thought that he was well written, actually felt like a real human, like a real bad person. It's not like the governor situation where, don't know what he's doing that makes him so evil, where he's meant to be a villain, and yet people just attack him for no reason, apart from Vegas to his people. Gregor actually seems like a real villain to me, more than the governor, for one main reason, and here's why. Gregory He would hand bad people information. He doesn't care who he sides with, etc. And yeah, and that, in my opinion, makes him a good character. Yeah. So what grade am I giving this episode? Because this episode is a very mixed bag. The first half, the museum stuff, is great. The second half, where you have the kingdom, hilltop, sanctuary, Alexandria, and more of the bridge stuff, that part got dull, and I would really consider not the best parts. Whereas in my opinion, the museum stuff are more of the best parts. Yeah. So my grade, I'm just gonna give it a G or C plus. It's not a terrible episode, but I think the problem is that the um the constant things of I think just the second half ruins it. I hear season 9 is a good season, etc. Yeah. But anyways, let me know what you thought of this episode down below, and as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.